What's going on, YouTube? It's another day of shit, honestly. We're going into a nice 4-day weekend, though, here soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Today's video, I want to get political again, because we're listening to all this stuff about the Supreme Court decision, basically. If you haven't heard anything about it, they basically affirmed the idea of presidential immunity when they're acting in their official capacity as outlined by the Constitution. And if you don't know what that means, well, you might have to read into it a little bit. I'll try to describe it. It's basically the president's doing what they're supposed to be doing per the government rules, per the Constitution. You can't charge them with crimes over it unless you impeach them, and then it'll go to the courts basically after that, is how I'm understanding it. And the thing is, I've seen it all over Twitter. I've seen it all over multiple videos. You got people, left-wing people, the people that already hate Trump anyway, saying like, oh, he's free to assassinate his political opponents. He's free to do this or that. I mean, that's just not true. I don't know how this works as far as like the process it takes to become a Supreme Court justice. But the one lady, Sotomayor, she's one of the liberal justices on the Supreme Court. She dissented, basically saying she disagrees with their ruling, and says like the same thing. Like the president could, in theory, now have SEAL Team 6 assassinate the other presidential candidate, or enact a military coup of the government and it not be punishable legally. And it's like, just, I mean, she's a Supreme Court justice, and it's just wrong. It's not the truth. So I don't know how that works, because it literally says in their decision that if it's an unofficial act of the presidency, you can most definitely be charged with a crime over it. It just seems reactionary and stupid, to be honest. The way she worded it, it sounds like a fifth grader take on the situation, when it's like, you're a Supreme Court justice, you should be a little more cognizant of that. Maybe use the language a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. It seems a little weird. You'd have to go read it yourself. It just seems insane. Seems a little loose with the words. You got plenty of time to describe it a little better than that. But no, the president can't fucking... Biden is the president right now. He can't fucking drone strike Trump right now and not get punished for it. Like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Like, if that was the case, if they just allowed him to do that by in theory letting Trump off with this decision, Supreme Court decision, why didn't Biden just kill him? Just kill him right now. Drone strike him. No, he won't, because obviously you can't fucking do that. Like, they're not going to do shit like that. It's obvious. They're just misreading it on purpose. You got dumbasses on TikTok saying the same kind of shit. You got people on Twitter saying the same kind of shit. Like, it's just not the case. So, as far as I understand it, that ruling basically is going to free up Trump / put a hold on a lot of the court cases he's dealing with. So it's go time now, baby. It looks like, as far as I understand it, Trump and Biden till the bitter end right now, which is wild, because I don't know. I've said it before, like, if I had to pick between them, I'm picking Trump easily. It's not even really close in my opinion. But I've never voted in a presidential election. I don't really plan on it this time. I live in Ohio. I can't guarantee it, but I'm going to say Ohio's going to go red pretty heavily. It did last time, even though Trump lost. I think it was like 400,000 people. 400,000 more people voted for Trump than Biden in Ohio, so it wasn't really that close. I think our state has like 12 million people in it, so it's not crazy. But I'm not really worried about voting presidentially, but the thing is, it's kind of getting interesting, though, because people are now starting to call for, like, Biden to resign, which is wild, or step down at least from running the next time. Not resign the presidency, but resign in the sense of his candidacy for the next presidential run, because that debate was tough, and I made a video about that if you want to go watch it. But hey, if you watch the debate, I don't think you need to watch the video. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on. He's old as fuck, man. Like, what do you want? They're both old, but if you think because they're both old, they're on the same playing field mentally, I think you're delusional. Like, it's not very hard to see. He didn't have a teleprompter, and he had to just think for himself up there. I mean, he stuttered so much and stumbled over his words, couldn't finish sentences. He's not all there, and he shouldn't be, man. He's 80-some years old. Let the fucking dude go sit on a fucking porch in a rocking chair. Leave him alone, dude. It's kind of sad. Like, I don't think he's a good person, but I also don't think it's like he's basically being held out there, trotted out there as like he's a placeholder, he's a figurehead, and it's honestly kind of fucked up and gross that they keep pushing him to do it. I don't know if it's his family that like all they care about is political power, so they're like, well, he's in, so he's the one. I don't know what it is. But now you got Democrats coming out and saying, time for him to step down, pick somebody else. And that's really what I wanted to talk about in this video, because if you're like me, like I said, I don't plan on voting in a presidential election. I really don't give a shit. I'm just going to do my own thing and get ahead regardless. I'm trying to do my own thing and do it that way. I mean, if I really think it's going to be close, I might go out and vote if I really am worried about it. And if you're in a state that's close and you have a real strong opinion, get your ass out there and fucking vote. Get your family to vote. Whatever, do it. I don't care. I don't care one way or the other. Do whatever you feel is right. That's fine. I might disagree, but I don't care. Like I said, I'm not doing anything. The thing is, though, like, even if you're a Democrat, if you're liberal and you're backing Joe Biden right now, I don't see how you don't also agree with these people that say Biden should drop his ass out. Because they say I think their sticking point is that they're like, yeah, he can't talk, but his record is not that bad. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's the economy, stupid, is like the classic go-to line. Presidents, when they oversee a bad economy, have a hard time winning again. And right now the economy, they say it's sweet, but I mean, anybody I ask, I don't think there's very many people, regular people, agreeing with them. So it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. I mean, like I said, he's old. Will he step down? I don't think he will. I don't know if he wants to. I think he's kind of a power-hungry freak too. I think you gotta be if you want to be president. Like, I'm not saying Trump isn't a power-hungry freak. He obviously loves that shit. That's where they both thrive in this. They want this attention and this power and shit like that. So I think Biden's the same way, though. He's not a good person. Neither of them are good people. They're power-hungry, weirdo politicians now. Trump was a weirdo reality TV star celebrity, so I mean, it's the same vein. Weird narcissistic shit. So, I mean, don't delude yourself into thinking, like, I don't know, Biden tried to lean in heavy to him saying, like, he's the better person. Dude's not a good person. Morally, however you want to say, he's not a good person. You don't know him personally. He's done fucked up shit his whole life. All he's done is be a politician, contributed little to nothing. And, I mean, we're headed down this road of, can he beat Trump again? I mean, I don't know, man. It looks tough. And like I said, people are noticing. You put him on TV like that for an hour and a half, 2 hours, it looks pretty bad. His mind is not fucking there, man. Like, he sounds awful. And I think regular people are starting to notice, even, like I said, even Democrats are being like, hey, maybe we think about somebody else. The real problem is, I think, this. Biden doesn't get votes because people like Biden. Nobody, I'm generalizing, obviously. Nobody's out here supporting Biden like people support Trump. People vote Biden because they hate Trump. So if you want to say it's 50-50, whatever, 50% of the country loves Trump and they're fully behind him, I would say, and the other 50% hate him. And then for Biden, all the people that support him basically dislike Trump heavily, but none of them really like Biden that much. He's just, in their mind, the opposition to Trump, so they have to take him. So I don't understand why the Democrats aren't coming up with a better candidate. There's got to be somebody out there. I mean, I've heard all kinds of shit floated. Newsom from California, Michelle Obama, whatever. I don't think it's very hard if they would just pick anybody else, because the people that hate Trump are still going to hate Trump, so they're going to vote against him. And then maybe you pick some people up and take them instead. And they're going to run into some weird shit with Kamala Harris. She's a vice president. She would be like the, in theory, obvious choice as the next person that you would run for president, but she sucks. So, I mean, she's not charismatic. I mean, her record as far as like, she was a prosecutor in California and she did some fucked up shit. If you want to go look into it, go look into it. But basically, like, she's like a weird version of a cop. I don't know how many people you're gonna be like, oh yes, people. She put a bunch of people in prison, like for weed charges and shit. She's great. Like, I don't know. The younger crowd isn't probably on that wavelength. She's weirdly cringy. She does weird shit all the time where she laughs when she's not supposed to be laughing. She tries to be like hip and cool with the younger generation. It's just like, it's not there. She's not it. So, and if they skip her over, it's not going to be a good look when you have the first woman vice president and then you just jump over. You're going to get hit by your own side with you're basically bypassing the first woman vice president who's also a person of color or some shit. They're going to hit you with shit like that. You know they're coming for your ass if you skip over her. So it's going to be interesting. But I don't think Biden's got it. And I want to know what you guys think, because, like I said, if you think Biden's all there, I think you're nuts. And if you're being honest with yourself, just think. I mean, yes, is Trump wild and crazy and all that? Yeah. But he can speak still. And it's like, do you value that? I think I'd value that. Like, if our president has to negotiate with other countries and other world leaders, you got to have somebody who's up here mentally. It's not going to be his staff that's doing all the negotiating. There's some kind of presence you got to hold as the president of the United States. So, and Biden's an old man. He's a weak, feeble old man. Let him sail off into the sunset and pick somebody else. I don't know if they will. It'll be interesting. That'll definitely stir the pot a little bit when or if they just basically have Biden step down. But I don't think he's gonna. I think he's a power hungry old fuck. I think he's gonna ride. He's gonna just be like, no, I'm doing this shit, hell or high water. I think he's gonna try to stay, and unless medically or something, he literally can't do it, which he's borderline maybe already. It might be Trump Biden part 2. I mean, like they've been saying, but I don't know. You got people on your own side turning against you. That's not a good look. That's tough. Younger people are turning against you. I've seen polls going both ways. I've seen more polls though that say, like, basically people believe Biden's mentally incapable of running for president. People, like I said, people vote against Trump because they think he's a mean, bad man. Whatever. I don't know, but outside of COVID, everybody's acting like it's the worst time of all time when he's the president. You got motherfuckers on Twitter saying the world's going to be over. He's a dictator. He's this. He's that. I mean, are you guys tired of people yelling, crying wolf all the time? Like, we're hitting this thing where it's like, even the debate was like this, where they're just going back and forth. He's the worst. He's the worst. He's the worst. I mean, both sides do it. Don't get me wrong. It's what it is, I guess. That's just American politics at this point. But like I said, how many times can you say it? Trump is Hitler. Trump's a dictator. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. He's going to take abortion away. He didn't do that. He was already president once. How many times can you be like, he's going to do this, he's going to do that? It's the same. It works both ways, though, like from both political parties, and in an affirmative way and in a negative way. They think they hold in the same time that Trump is going to be Hitler and a dictator if he gets elected again. But also, he was already president once and he didn't do any of that shit. So how can you justify that? And why are people believing it? I don't know. Same with Biden. Like, he hasn't really done all that much shit. Like, he's done a couple good things, I guess, and a couple bad things. CHIPS Act, Inflation Reduction Act. What an oxymoron, dude. You fucking dumped a whole bunch of money into the economy. Highest inflation we had in 40 years. What a name for an act that you passed. That was not good stuff in my mind. But Biden's trying to run on now, like, if you reelect me, I'll affirm Roe versus Wade in the Constitution. Motherfucker, you're the president right now. And yes, they don't control the Senate, but they control the House. They didn't even try. They didn't even try to flip Republicans over to get it in there. I think they got to have 2/3. So, I mean, would it pass? No. But they didn't even try. Reelect me again. I'll do it next time. That's what they all say. That's classic politician shit. Give me one more chance to do it, and I'll do it this time. And then I'll do it next time. It's constant. And I think, if anything, it's a slap in the face. I mean, the one fucking, I don't know, that one twink motherfucker on TikTok posted a video about it, and he obviously doesn't understand the process really, because he thinks he should have already done it and affirmed it. It's like, no, he can't. It's not going to pass. But he could have tried to show that he wants to do it, or what? I mean, it's all platitudes. It's all talk, no action. I mean, I think that's why Trump got elected in the first place. I don't think he really did all that much either. He did some good stuff. He did some bad stuff, I'm sure. But did he really get that much done? I don't know. Can he justify it saying he basically didn't know what he was doing, because he was not a politician. He's not embroiled in the shit. He was kind of getting backstabbed and tripped up by his own people throughout the process. Maybe, whatever. It's all promises. It's empty promises, baby. They're not going to do shit for you. They don't care about you. It's been proven over and over again. The things we pass and the laws we pass in the United States don't benefit you. They benefit the fucking lobbyists and the corporations that pay them to pass them. So, you better strap in, because I don't know. It might be a wild ride here in a little bit. I'm kind of getting sick of the world is going to end if our political opponent gets elected. We've had both. The world didn't end either way. Are things getting worse? Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard to talk people out of that, I think, if you say, even if you use the government's bullshit inflation numbers, hey, I mean, Biden took over, and we keep telling you the economy's great, but food costs 20% more than it did 3 years ago. So that's good stuff, right? You're happy about that? I'm not happy about that. Trump's economy was going pretty good. I don't think you can say the economy is on the president's shoulder like that. COVID happened. I'm not going to say you can blame Biden or Trump over that. It tanked the economy while Trump was in, and Biden had to basically climb back out of it. I mean, it was pretty much a natural recovery, I think. But you want to be mad about anybody about the COVID stuff, go after the states. The states shut everything down. They forced all that stuff with a little push from the government, but the federal government. But it is what it is. I don't think you can give. It's a weird situation, because you can't give the president the credit or blame him for the economy, but it's going to happen anyways. I don't know how you justify it. If the economy's rocking while you're the president, you're going to get the credit, and your opposition's going to obviously try to say it's not your credit. Like they tried to say Trump's economy when it was doing good was basically all put into place by Obama or whatever. Like, they're going to try to take away from you if you're on the other side. It doesn't matter. And if the economy's bad right now, they say it's great. It's not great. Inflation's high, still higher than it wants to be. Housing prices are high. Everything's high. Jobs are going down. It's coming. The drawback's coming. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it's coming. And Biden's president right now. Doesn't matter what happened before that. People see having a hard time. Their grocery bills are fucking high. Their gas is expensive. They don't care who was the president before, whatever. The chain of events might as well not exist. And, I mean, that might be sad that people don't understand the economy in that way, but that's the reality. It doesn't matter. It's feelings over facts. It's straight feelings over facts on that one. It doesn't matter. Biden's getting blamed. If Trump can convince people the economy's bad, and I don't think it'll take much, because you just live your life if you're not ultra rich already. Shit costs more now. Are you getting paid that much more? Not that much more. Is it hard? Is it worse than when Trump was in office right before COVID happened? It's a pretty easy argument, I think, on Trump's side. And I don't know what Biden's going to do, especially when he can't fucking talk. He can't even talk. All he can say is, Trump's a liar and a bad person. Motherfucker, you're a liar too, and you're a bad person. That's not an argument. My opponent is a liar. Yes, and you're a fucking liar. Everybody's a liar. There is no such thing as a completely honest politician. It's the reason fucking Abraham Lincoln has the nickname, and it was some special thing. It's just not a reality. They're all lying to you. They're trying to get their shit done for their donors. They don't give a fuck about you. So you got to do it on your own. And like I said, you can vote however you want. It might get interesting here soon. Biden might have to pull out. Fucking Biden might die, for all I know. And then it's going to be Trump versus who? I don't know. But if it's Trump versus Biden, the way it looks right now, we got a long way to go. But I think it looks pretty convincing, like a convincing victory in Trump's favor. yeah, gotta let me know. Drop a comment, drop a like if you got something out of the video. I'm almost home. Like I said, we're running into a 4-day weekend here in a little bit. Hope you enjoy your 4th of July and all that, but I'll make another video on my way home tomorrow. We'll see about making one on like the Friday or something like that, but we'll see. Like I said, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I appreciate y'all. Anybody who's still watching this who's dropped comments before, left comments on the videos. Like reading them. Love somebody dropped a fucking book. I was like, God damn, love the effort. Appreciate that. And like I said, I'll keep responding to all the comments. Give you my 2 cents on anything you got. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.